afternoon. Welcome to the COVID-19 Superhero Technology Summit and Awards brought to you by SME Channels, India's first magazine for IT solutions business. I'm Manisha Nair Thavan, welcoming you to this webinar. I would now like to toss it over to Sanjay, who will be speaking with Mr. Neeraj Bhatia, Director Commercial and Partner Sales, Red Hat India.
Thank you, Anisha, for bringing me in. Neeraj, welcome to this conversation.
Yeah, thanks Anisha for introducing me, and thanks Sanjay for your welcome. And very happy to be here. Although I can't say I'm there, virtually be there, and talk to you and to the audience here, such an esteemed audience. So look forward to the chat.
Yeah, I think this has been trained now. It is a new normal that you will be talking to each other, maintaining distance, right? All right. So you have been, if I say so, you have been a very seasoned leader for a long time. You have, driven sales, marketing, alliances, whatnot. I think for last decade or more than that, in various companies. You have worked with Sun Microsystem, IBM, Wipro, now in Red Hat. So very quickly, from your voice, your mouth, how has been your experience so far?
Wow. So you're taking me back into the, as they say, back into the future. So, IT industry has evolved so drastically over the last 26 years that I've been here. I remember, when I was going around trying to sell a PC, right, to people, and they would say, why do they need it? From there to now, when our mobile phones, and one of the speakers earlier was talking about, when our mobile phones have more power than the PCs or servers of that time. So a very enlightening and enriching journey for me. I have really grown, and both personally, professionally, in the industry. So the experience has been very positive, and along the last 26 years, I've made many friends. I've worked with many gurus, partners, customers, and even multiple people that I have reported into, who really taught me a lot about working life and family life, and how to remain committed and positive during all times.
All right, Neeraj, if you look at the channel evolution and channel growth, open source software was not so prevalent in their kitties, but these days open source is picking up very fast. So how do you rate, and what is the kind of scope do you see and opportunity do you see for open source software among the partners?
Again, very good question. Yeah, so clearly, open source is a technology that has been in the works for over 2 decades now. Many people, individuals, organizations, technology enthusiasts, everybody participates in the development of open source and creates the software that we get, or our customers and partners get. So clearly, open source is about communities. It's about businesses. It's about users, all sharing their experiences and with the software that they work with, or with the technology that they work with, and also enhance it as they use it. So that's what open source is. And if you see today's buzzwords in the IT world, whether it is cloud, whether it is automation, microservices, all of that is something that is coming out of open source, right? What also it does is that it gives a sort of a responsibility back to the user or to the developer or to anybody who participates in open source to release the source code, release their knowledge, release their experience back to the community and to the other users so that everybody can grow. So that's the overall scope that or positioning that open source has. Now, what's the opportunity? As we said, cloud came out of open source, automation came out of open source, Kubernetes open source, containers open source, Linux is an open source project. So all of this basically means that open source today addresses a business market, IT market of about $80 billion. Huge scope for everybody to participate in that market. Red Hat is the only and the largest enterprise open source supplier. We enable our customers and partners to secure to consume open source in a very secure, scalable model with no vendor lock-in and architectural control that remains with the customer.
Okay, you just brought in two names. One is Kubernetes and container technology. Um, if you can maybe spend 30 seconds on this, answer this question. How do you see the traction among the partners as far as Kubernetes or any kind of container technology is concerned? Very brief answer you can give. I can probably head to other questions.
So again, partners today, and I think the previous speaker Lata was talking about it. There is massive transformation happening all around us, and our go-to-market models are transforming themselves, right? And a very essential part of any consumer to engage with technology is the channel that brings it to them. There was a time where these partners were basically reselling. But now it has evolved a lot. The more evolved, the more engaged, the more invested partners are today service providers. So they are able to, identify the need with their customers, identify the right technology that will solve that problem for the customer, and deliver it to their customers. So from that standpoint, how we look at our partner ecosystem is basically a set of businesses that learn and evolve with us on the using the open source technologies that we bring, understand the customer's digital journey and participate in that, right? And at Red Hat, our essence of partnering is to build partnerships that deliver digital transformation and focus on customer success.
So what is the value that Red Hat is bringing in from pure partners ecosystem point of view?
So again, thanks for highlighting that. What we do with our partners is that we make sure that partners can use the Red Hat technologies, build their services frameworks, and take that framework to their customer. We allow or we enable our partners to retain their customers, continue to enable more and more transformation of those customers, onboard new customers, and make sure that they in this whole journey they also retain their people. As you spoke about my personal time in the IT industry and my personal growth. I have grown with the companies that I work with, right? So for every organization to provide that challenging environment was very essential for their associates to grow and continue to work with them. I think that's the other thing that Red Hat does. With the technologies that we have, our partners and their associates can learn, can grow, can go from being a PC support engineer to a cloud engineer, be from a developer or working on C++ to deploying workloads in a containerized platform. So that's the other advantage that we bring to the partner. Last but not the least, the business models, as I said, are changing. What customers want today is a trusted advisor who can not just bring stuff or technology to them, but also enable technology for that. That is what we do with our partners. So our partners, build their skills around our technology, and while they help us sell that technology to the customer, the major part they play in the whole transaction or in the whole sell cycle is to deploy it for the customer. So the partners get services business, which basically means that they grow, their profitability grows, they can invest back into the business and continue to bring value to their associates, to their customers, and do their grow their business.
Well, that brings me to ask you a pertinent question for the interest of the partners. Can you name some of the use cases that you have bagged through the channel partners? If you can highlight, maybe you can spend 2 minutes on that.
Sure. We have, as I said earlier, being open source, we work with across the partner domain. We work with OEM vendors, we work with technology vendors, we work with cloud providers, we work with service providers, GSIs, regional partners, right? Across the industry, we have partner engagement. And during these, the 25 years, 26 years Red Hat has been selling, Red Hat has built many, success stories all over the world and in India also. One that really comes to my mind where the partner really led the whole charter of digital transformation and growth and profitability for its customer, for their customer using our technology is Indigo Airlines. Indigo, which we all know started probably 10-15 years back, and today is India's most profitable, India's largest, and probably an airline that we all love for its its professionalism, for being always on time, right? And we worked on that on Indigo Airlines with a partner of ours called Keen and Able, a set of very enthusiastic open source associates who not just brought open source to running an airline like Indigo, but they also made sure that a lot of our technology was sold to the customer for their benefit. As we all know, an airline industry uses various COTS, commercial off-the-shelf type products, applications to run the whole airline. And they also use many more generic functions such as finance, ERP, which are very standardized applications. What we did along with Keen and Able is that we were able to help them integrate all of these applications, also help them build their own applications which are very specific to the requirements of Indigo Airlines, and interconnect all of them to give one seamless experience to the user of the airline, to the IT department, and to all the functions of the airline, whether it is HR, whether it is crew, whether it is training, catering, refueling, loading of the plane, the ability for the captain to get just in time before the flight enough notice to identify the load that the plane has, how much fuel is required, what's the weather conditions, correlate all of that. All of that was integrated using Red Hat technologies called Red Hat Fuse and the API gateway, and is running on our Red Hat Enterprise Linux system. So today, open source is running the flight or the plane in which all of us are sitting, and that's the standard or the hardness of the security and commitment that open source brings to itself, right? And all of this, as I said, was harnessed with the partner Keen and Able. They became trusted advisor of the customer. We went into phase one. We were able to identify with the customer what are the challenges they expect over the next 12, 24 months, identify what technology can we bring in to help them address those challenges, and keep doing that over the last 5 years that we've been working with Indigo and Keen and Able in India.
Neeraj, you gave the answer in a long sentence, which was to my short questions, and it was pertinent also. Now I will ask you a long question, but you have to answer me in very short manner. And maybe you can take, on the interest of the time, you can take 1 minute, but it's a long question for you. I'll ask you the final question. Future roadmap of Red Hat. You can answer me from the perspective of the channel partners. Maybe 1 minute, not more than that.
The future belongs to open hybrid cloud. It is about cloud native application development. It is about automation. It is about management. And all of this is coming out of open source backed by Red Hat. And we need our partners to, adopt these technologies, build the right skills, and work with us to deliver digital transformation to their customers.
All right. Thank you very much, Neeraj, for speaking to me. It's a great pleasure. I really, really enjoyed. So, wish you all the luck for your partner engagements, future activities. Thank you.
Thanks, Sanjay, and thanks, SME, for giving me the opportunity and to hear out Red Hat. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay, for taking us through this interesting chat. Understood how Indigo is reaping the benefits of getting the right solutions on its side. Thank you so much.